guys? How you guys handled last week? Are y'all okay? Everybody alive? Alright, well, this week's horoscope is for July 8th through July 14th. Sunday, July 8th, excuse me, we have a double 8 code, which well, it's 11 universal years, so that's a manifestation portal. We're definitely leading the leaders. We're not following anybody, and I think, if I remember correctly, last week I had said that the transits were telling us not to follow anybody's style. You need to develop your own unique style, okay? Be a leader, not a follower. So that energy still remains, and we enter today, Sunday, with the moon still in Taurus, and that leaves us with feelings of trustworthiness. We're determined, affectionate. We have a lot of endurance. We are focused and concentrating, and we're stubborn. We are determined. The stubborn and the determined, it's kind of the same thing. It all goes to the focus. And with wow, I totally lost that. Okay, with Sagittarius being in Capricorn, there is a highlight on our career. And the moon being in Taurus, Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus rules love and value, okay? And value, by what I mean by value is the things we value, possessions, money, anything you value, but it's particularly highlighting finances, material gains, and our resourcefulness, okay? This is the time to get shit handled. Security will be heightened if you're sharing your home with the person that you love. In return, they will be devoted to you. Taurus is ruled by Venus, who is also sensual and passionate and loving, but we also have to watch out for the shadow side. We can be obstinate, possessive, overcautious, rigid, not flexible, because of that focus, determination. We can become a slave to routine. So don't forget to mix it up, okay? Balance. It's all about the balance and the finances this week. Okay, so how the moon in Taurus is going to affect the signs. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, will have remarkable endurance, stability, and persistence. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, you will have personal magnetism, strength, perseverance, and creative imagination. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, you will have firm resolve and practical money-making pursuits. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, physical strength, fiery exuberance, and the ability to win popularity with the public. So for the most part, we are recognizing to what we need to do. Like I said last week, the blinders have completely come off, okay? Unless you've got a hard square to Neptune, then that Neptune retrograde will keep you from distinguishing reality from delusion. There might be a lot of delusional people right now, and the Neptune retrograde actually lasts like 5 months, so you may not see repercussions or the effects of it right now, but throughout the 5 months in waves. Same thing with all the other planets that are retrograde. We have 5 currently right now, and this week on the 10th, Jupiter is going to go direct. Yay! Finally! Okay, so some forward momentum. We've been kind of stagnant, and it's like our progress has been hindered by Taurus. And actually it kind of has been since Uranus went into Taurus. It's been they're opposites, because Uranus is like radical change and Taurus is slow and steady and determined. So they're butting heads up against each other, and you're wanting things to change, or things are rapidly changing, and it's like the slow and steady Taurus part of it is almost like it's hard for us to situations are hard for us to fathom. We're still in shock, not necessarily that we're not making progress, but we're kind of in shock and trying to accept the reality of the situation, you know, trying to take the blinders off. And a lot of people are finding that they're being successful at it, but there's still a percentage of the population that is having issues with that. And that's where you're going to see the Mars retrograde and the Neptune retrograde and the Saturn retrograde and the Jupiter retrograde fucking with people. Anybody who does not go with the flow, accept their reality, this is going to be really, this is going to be, and this has been really, really painful for them. If you fight the flow, you will be confused and it will be extremely painful. Whereas if you go with the flow, accept your reality, and then try to build upon that, then you have a better understanding of who you are, where you are. Right now, we're in a huge perspective shift because of all this shit that's going on. So people are shifting their perspective. Now, granted, some people have radically shifted their perspective, but their situations have allowed them to. Whereas others, it's slow, like Taurus, and it's taking its time. It's like pulling a tooth, and we were getting the feeling that we were kind of stuck, but it was like a slowing down. There is forward momentum, but it's so slight, it's hard to see. You got to just go with the flow and trust your instincts. Okay, so also on Sunday we have Mercury squaring Jupiter at 13 degrees Leo Scorpio. And that is where we're recognizing that the reality of our situation, but having a hard time doing that one last thing. I know I keep saying there's one last block and it hasn't been dismantled yet, obviously, if you're still watching me trying to find answers. Me too. I'm sitting here and I give you guys a reading of the transits every single week, and I give you advice what to do, what not to do, what to look for, and keep in mind that I have to follow my own advice too. What I'm telling you, what I'm reading to you is just my defining of the transits. I don't make the transits, I define them and I put them into perspective. Okay, so the perspective that you have is going to make a difference whether this is hard or easy, or you're going to realize that you need to change your perspective, and that's basically what it is recognizing that you need to change your perspective, but we're trying to figure out how, the elements that will allow us to change that perspective, and it's really all about releasing the old perspective. But you got to release the old perspective first before you can gain new perspective. Okay, yeah, definitely need to see things in a different light. Okay, the 13 degrees, 13 is the spiritual alchemist. Okay, so these are like, we're coming to conclusions. They're the 4 equals stability and grounding. So we're searching for stability and grounding in our truth. Okay, we're tired of these up and downs. We want to go back to stable and no drama. And I hate to say it, folks, but we're not there yet. So you have to buckle up, Buttercup. So Mercury squaring Jupiter at 13 degrees in Leo Scorpio. Leo is healthy self-esteem, warm and expressive, authoritative. It can be egotistical. So there's definitely the egotistic. Oh, and then in Scorpio, it's clarity, having a good memory, being original and creative, passionate, resourceful. So it being at a square, I almost want to give you the negative connotations on that, but that would mean ego, jealousy, resentfulness. So those people who are not facing up to their reality, even though the rest of us are trying to magically alchemize some stability in our mental health and in our lives, in our relationships, in our finances. This is what it's leading up to. It can bring out ego, manipulation, jealousy, and resentfulness, depending upon if you have a hard transit to either of these planets in your natal. Okay. So as far as your physical energy goes, it looks like there's a little bit of waning on the physical energy, some low energy, and that's some of it, a lot of it is because of the retrogrades. Anytime a planet's in retrograde, it turns the energy inward. So there's a lot of inward energy. And Mercury doesn't actually go into retrograde until, like, I think it's the 26th or the 27th this month. So that's going to be fun. Energy is creating opportunities with the emotions. So we basically were feeling good, wanting to, focusing and concentrating on stability of all kinds. Okay. We have a little bit of trouble with doing what we know we should do, but isn't that how it always is? We know what we got to do, we just got to get doing it. Slow and steady, take it easy. So on Monday, July 9th, we have codes of 9-9, okay? Endings, purging, releasing. This is the beginning of the end. Did I just say that? Okay. Beginning of the end, 9-9 codes. And also that day we have the void of moon. So either take care of your daily responsibilities or catch up on your rest. So moon in Gemini, versatility, being charming, lively, amusing, intelligent, but lighthearted. Also communicative, feeling independent, having spirit, an imaginative, sparkling personality. But Gemini, shadow side, watch out for disorganization, being inconsistent, being superficial, being cunning, manipulative, indecisive, or high-strung. With the moon in Gemini, there might be some restless energy and short temper. So that too, you got to watch out for that. How the moon in Gemini is going to affect these signs. Air signs, superb gift for self-expression. Water signs, strong creative instincts and a talent for research. The obsessiveness, the obsessive component. Taurus, Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You'll have sharp intellect, practicality, and persistence. And, on top of that, with the moon just coming out of Taurus, with Uranus and Taurus, Sagittarius and Capricorn, and the grand water trine that we just had and still have, and the Earth grand trine that's going to be coming up too. These are all working in unison. It's all about the money. Your paradigms about money, how you feel about money, how you make money, what are you doing to make money? Do you love what you're doing? If you don't love what you're doing, you need to figure out what you love doing and make money at it. That's just the whole thing about Taurus. Taurus is the money. It's love and values. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which represents love and values and pleasures. Okay, so what I mean by love and values is all relationships, period. Okay, relationships with your friends, with your families, with your neighbors, with your partner, with money, with business. All about the love and money. Huge element on the career and making money. Excuse me. So, where was I? Oh, okay. So Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You'll have sharp intellect, practicality, and persistence. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You'll be very sharp mentally. You'll have passion. You'll feel adventurous, and you're capable of superior leadership ability. Okay, and also that day we have Venus going into Virgo, Okay, love and values. This is about order, practicality, being efficient, getting your shit organized, analyzing what's going on in order to put everything in order. Okay, being helpful, compassionate, cautious about falling in love, because you're wanting to feel special in love relationships when actually Venus and Virgo is like giving love to the whole rather than the individual. So I mean, even though it's a nice transit, you're wanting to feel special. I hope you get it, but I just want to tell you that you do not need anybody to validate you. Okay, you validate yourself. So even though you're wanting to feel special in love relationships, guess what? You're in a love relationship with yourself, so you make yourself feel special. Never mind what anybody does or what anybody does for you. That doesn't matter, because in the end, you are responsible for your own happiness. And if you feel responsible for somebody else's happiness, then you need to let that go. That is the taking on of things that are not your responsibility. Okay, not your circus, not your monkeys. Get it? You can care, but you know the expression. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. Okay, so you also need to be very, very compassionate about that. The Taurus theme is also patience. Okay, so there's this huge having to have patience. And what sucks is your Uranus is in Taurus for like 7 years. Okay, so for the next 7 years, you're going to have patience. And if you don't have it, you're going to have to develop it. And I kind of feel with the transits, you don't have a choice but to develop patience. Otherwise, you're going to lose your shit with Mercury being in retrograde and Neptune and all those planets in retrograde are really bringing a lot of things to the forefront. And I keep mentioning retrogrades. That's because retrogrades always bring back things from the past. Okay, so issues that you may have thought were done, over, gone, people that you thought were gone, situations that you thought were gone are going to be coming back, or at least you're going to be thinking about them or touching on them, or something's going to bring it to your attention in some kind of way so you can deal with it. Okay, now these are things, paradigms that you need to move through and get rid of. Okay, I think I said it before, when it's like an onion. Okay, we're peeling back the old rotten layers, the ones that are unusable and do not serve you. But in this new karmic cycle, now that soul contracts are ending, people are starting new contracts, and layers are being built layer by layer on the onion. The layers are regrowing, but they're growing better, faster, stronger, smarter, richer, more loving, more compassionate. You've been getting to the core at what has been making you unhappy all this time, and getting rid of those things one by one, trying to live in your truth, your highest vibration, and being the happiest that you can be with yourself. Okay, with yourself. That's the key. You have to love yourself. Okay, so also with the Venus and Virgo, there's an element of being refined, intelligence, you're loyal, sympathetic, and you have an excellent business sense, which falls right in line with all the Taurus transits and the Saturn and Capricorn. Okay, huge business element, money element, love. Always money and love. Money and love go together. Anytime there's a Venus transit, it's always about money and love. Okay, what you have to watch out for with the moon in Gemini, or excuse me, with Venus and Virgo. I already gave you the shadow side of moon in Gemini. The scandal, being neurotic. And the Venus and Virgo, if you have a hard angle to it, you might be critical, nitpick, and you might be blowing little things up like it's a major character flaws, a lot of insecurity, which is, like I said, only the people with the hard transits are being affected by it, because we have several transits that are building up our security, like the moon in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus. I think the sun is in Cancer right now. There's a lot of things that have to do with securities and insecurity. In terms of the insecurity, this would be emotional insecurity, and financial insecurity is definitely an issue. Okay. Also, another shadow aspect of the Venus in Virgo would be that you feeling that you're being exploited, that you're being taken advantage of. Okay. That goes along with the element of wanting to feel special in relationships. Let's see. So you're having trouble swallowing that pill. That's what it looks like. But you understand that when you show yourself, when you're feeling vulnerable or exposed, this is a good thing, okay? But it can come out as projection, and I, being a light worker, I know all about people projecting on me, totally. And you know what? I projected for a while myself, but when I found my spirituality, I live my life doing no harm. That is the Wiccan creed, do no harm. I believe in it and I live it. Okay, so I think I've said this before. If you're coming at me angry or frustrated or whatever issue it is, it's because I'm mirroring you. Okay, you think you're seeing things in me, and these are really all about you. Has nothing to do with me. I'm just the mirror, and hopefully I can get you to calm down and into, a calm space, and then I can give you the reality of the situation without any emotions attached to it, because I don't know you. You don't know me. Okay, I lied. You all know me. And when I do know you, it does put an emotional element into it. But basically, people come to me and I'm like a counselor, because I read their charts, I give them their advice. But like I said, I have to follow my own advice too. So what I'm telling you, I'm trying to follow myself. So I'm not just talking out my ass. I'm giving you something real. I'm telling you the truth. And this is not from a personal point of view. It's just, it's factual information on how to combat these negative things that occur. Okay, so how you're feeling is right in line with your destined path. Okay, you are in harmony with your karmic lessons. You've paid your karmic debt, and you are driven. You're driven. You know what you have to do, and you know where you're going. It's just you're working on it. Okay, it's definitely something to focus on at the moment. But however, you do have quite a bit of things on your plate to focus on. So it's slow and determined, slow and steady, just like the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so Tuesday, July 10th, we have codes of 1 and 1. 1 and 1. We're having some fun. Okay, new beginnings, new beginnings. We have new beginnings that day. Feeling good. Even though we're still having trouble shifting our perspective, there's a little bit of progress. However, that day, Jupiter goes direct at 13 degrees Scorpio. Okay, so that's opportunity, expansion, growth, happiness, finally. And this is on the outside. This is not inner. This is not spiritual. If you've been doing your work, this is going to be easy street for you. Okay, so that's shrewd money skills, expansion, growth, happiness, wisdom, generosity, forward movement, clarity, creativity, originality. You're passionate, resourceful, deep and intense. You have willpower and personal magnetism, success in artistic work. And this is an ideal time for doing research because of this, the Scorpio obsession component. And Jupiter, being the ruler of Scorpio, moving forward is forward movement. So there will be no stuck anymore. Things are finally, you're going to start to see some dreams, your concrete dreams turning into reality. Okay, and that's also, the dreams into reality is also a theme with the trines, with the grand water trine and the grand earth trine. And like I said before, I'll get to that in a second. So Jupiter direct, luck and finance comes to you through the opposite sex, whether through marriage or okay, and it brings you luck in combination with the sun in Cancer, also another money theme. And that Jupiter direct is part of that grand water trine, which brings abundance. So being at 13 degrees, 13 is the spiritual alchemist, and once again it equals 4, which is stability. Stability, grounding, manifestation. Now, whereas before we were doing the stability, the manifestation and the grounding with Mercury squaring Jupiter in 13 degrees, that's where we were trying to find mental stability. Now the Jupiter direct at 13 degrees Scorpio, 13 equals 4. So now we're trying to find stability in income, stability in how we work, creating and maintaining a schedule now, and focusing on what we need to do to bring the bling. Bring in the bling, okay? On July 11th, okay, so we have manifestation year 11, and the day is also 11, and we also have a code of 2, because 1 and 1 is 2. Okay, so we are manifesting, it's a double manifestation, so it's 1111 portal, and the code of 2 represents harmony, balance, intimate communication, teamwork. So there will be a new beginning. Let's see. The moon is also in Cancer. Sympathetic, protective, tenacious, loyal, heightened. So this looks like new beginnings in relationships to me. Feelings. Yeah, definitely new relationships. Okay. So the 2 has to do with manifesting new beginnings in relationships, or new beginnings, the beginnings of new, being able to, manifesting the beginnings of balance, starting to balance, because we've been looking for stability, right? The 4s, the 2 different 4s, mental stability, financial stability, and now the 2 is telling us that we're starting to achieve that balance, or we're starting to recognize the balance that day. 2 for me represents a couple, you know, the lovers working together in complementing each other. So that day we have the moon in Cancer, and that's sympathetic, nurturing, loyal, heightened emotional sensitivity, intuitiveness, being receptive to your partner, being empathic, imaginative, completely devoted. And this is you're gonna have enormous personal charisma, and it's really a romantic season. So I can see, combined with the moon in Cancer, the manifesting new beginnings in partnerships and love, creating balance. So the shadow side of the moon in Cancer would be possessiveness, being moody, being critical, self-pitying, being fearful, and being nagging. So as you can see from the previous day before, there are elements of criticism. Okay, the criticism, the self-pitying, and the projection. Face your reality, bro. Seriously. That comes from recognizing what is the reality of the situation. That comes from not recognizing the reality of the situation. Excuse me. Okay, so how the moon in Cancer is going to affect the signs. Water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You'll have intensity, depth of feeling, superb intuition, hypnotic power in creative work. Okay, earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You'll have unshakable loyalty, strong passions, and the ability to capture the imagination. Okay, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. magnetic, daring intellect, the ability to touch other people's feelings. Now, the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, you're going to have energetic, creative channeling, a flair for drama and theater. Let's see what else is going on. Radical change in oh, that's where the balance and the harmony comes in, because Venus is trining Uranus, okay? So that means breakthroughs. Expect the unexpected, okay? And in a happy way, a nice surprise, okay? And then exactly at midnight again, we have the North Node opposing the South Node. So once again, this is exactly midnight. This is another check, okay? So we're getting these checks for a little bit here, because some of us have slowed, some of us have not continued on what they're doing, and some of us are stuck, okay? So we're being checked. Last week we had a double check. This week, I think we get like 2 more checks, just a checkpoint. Where are you at? What do you need to do? It's time for us to stop and reflect for a second. Reflect on where we've been and where we're going and where we're at now. And is where we're at now conducive to where we're heading? Okay, we are speaking our truth, is stepping into our destiny, walking our destined path. Okay. There's been a strong element of limitations and boundaries in commitments and issues with self-discipline. A lot of us have been feeling kind of caged, and remember I said the stuck feeling, that's limitations and restrictions. That would be the Saturn, okay? And the Saturn being in Capricorn, all about the career and all that, and that it kind of gives like a feeling stuck in the career. Like I said, there's no movement forward, but there is. No worries, the Jupiter going direct, okay? So hang in there, use the patience of Taurus. We're almost there to forward movement, okay? So to the grand water trine that I'd been talking about, it's still active, and that is the Sun in Cancer, Jupiter in Scorpio, and Neptune in Pisces. And without having to go over all of that, it's basically about emotion, feeling, empathy. It's a maternal energy. It's nurturing and compassionate. There's a lot of emotional vulnerability. It's also, the water represents fertility, and it is a change, definitely. Mental instability, the unconscious, how you feel in your soul, feeling emotional about the past. It's a great ease in the emotional arena of life. It's an unusual depth of feeling and empathy. So I said depth, not death. So it doesn't end. We are just purging it out. And that was when it became active, it was a very, very nurturing, abundant, loving energy, okay? And it still is. But we have something that complements that. There's also a grand Earth trine, okay? We have Uranus in Taurus at 2 degrees, Venus in Libra at 0 degrees, and Saturn in Capricorn at 4 degrees. Now, from what I've been told, the Earth and the water trines work with each other, and in fact, it's kind of cool. They form like the Star of David. Pretty cool, with 6 points. So, Uranus in Taurus is breakthrough and radical change, practical but stubborn and persistent. Your love and values are in harmony, balanced and reciprocated, okay? Fairness, order, discipline, organization, integrity, patience, and ambition, okay? We know all about Uranus and Taurus because it's going to be in that sucker for 7 years, okay? So we can definitely see the effects. So, like I explained before about the Uranus and Taurus, it is about awakenings, radical change, but at slow, steady degrees, okay? The fact that it's at 2 degrees also screams harmony. We want harmony, okay? All this shit that's happening, shit's gonna blow up, radical shifts in perspective. It's all about the harmony and being able to work together, balance. Venus in Libra at 0 degrees. Okay, so Venus is in her home sign of Libra. Okay, it rules Libra and Taurus. It's one of those planets that rules two signs. Okay, so Venus is love and beauty and pleasure. And the fact that it's in Libra at 0 degrees, this is the beginning. Oh, yet another transit about balance and harmony in love and finances. Okay, and it being at 0 degrees, 0 is like the alpha omega, the beginning. To me, in tarot, the 0 represents the fool, and it's a innocence. You're in your own world, you're innocent. Everything is wonderful. It's almost like being deluded, but you're not. You're just the fool is happy. It's a happy-go-lucky energy. Okay, so Venus in Libra is love and values, harmony. Wow, to me that says the beginning of real, true love. Real love. It's real. Okay, breakthroughs, real love. And Saturn being in Capricorn is practicality, matter, material things, and their substances. It's possessions in general. That is also about stability too. Saturn in corporate, order, self-discipline, boundaries, limitations. Okay, Capricorn, diligent, pragmatic, got on it. What is the word I was looking for? Integrity, got on it. I said it earlier, but I couldn't remember. I had to peek. So yes, it is integrity, ordered integrity, doing the right thing. Okay, so Earth represents what constraints that the physical universe and what is being placed on us as mortals here on Earth. Okay, it also represents fertility manifesting in new forms. Okay, so fertility, because this is an Earth transit, it's about money. So your business, there's a lot of ideas here. So whatever ideas that you're getting, write this down, because this Earth trine, these trines last a little while. So you're going to be getting all kinds of ideas also on top of that. And this relates to business. Okay, I'm not sure if you're getting all kinds of ideas with love, but you know, maybe the ideas with the business and having that in balance with love and just feeling like everything's okay and wonderful. Your love and values are in harmony. This Earth trine is bringing the harmony. Great practicality and certain genius with money and material things. That's the word, genius. Okay. And that's it for the Grand Earth trine. So Thursday, July 12th, we have codes of 3 and 3, but one of the 3s is 21 equals 3. So that the truth shall set you free. 3 is the number of creativity, joy, work. So on the 12th, and this is in the Americas, because it's actually universal time on the 13th, it will be the new moon partial solar eclipse in Cancer at 20 degrees. Okay, it happens July 13th universal time at 3:48 a.m. I think I said previously that it was like 7 hours difference, but I think it's more than that. It may be like 10 hours different. So sometimes my transits are a little different than other horoscopes, just because the calendar that I'm now making myself, it's based on Pacific time. Okay, so I'm going according to the transits as they move in Hawaii. So with this partial solar eclipse, new moon, this is purging. Okay, now it looks to me like this is the final purge, but it is a huge, major purge. Now I know I've been saying, you know, we got one more purge, we got one last little, but I said little. This is not little. This is huge, major purge. Okay, because like I said, we have the water trine, we have the grand earth trine, and then we also have a new moon in Cancer. Okay, this is all compassionate, emotional sensitivity. Okay, showing and sharing your vulnerability, surrendering to love. It's emotional trials, basically. And at the new moon, we are nurturing feelings and planting seeds. Okay, we are receptive, empathic, patience, and we're also sensual and romantic. So the big emphasis on love and revealing yourself. With the other transits that I've just discussed with you, it looks like there's going to be some huge movement on the emotional front as well. Now we've had a lot of breakups, but we're coming to a time that's faded. In these next couple of months, everything that's going to be happening to you and has been happening to you is all for your higher purpose. Okay, it's all for your destiny. So if you're feeling emotional, let it flow and share it. Do not be afraid, because if you don't share, you're causing a block. Okay, these things need to be purged in order to move on to the next stage. That's all I have to say about that. You'll be sympathetic, imaginative, especially intuitive. You'll be feeling devoted. And also there's still that emphasis on business, financial, and home and family life. You might have some low energy because, let's see, the sun is opposing Pluto at 20 degrees Cancer and Cancer Capricorn, and that would be, you're at odds with transformation. You're not sure if you have the energy to close this chapter out, but it's at 20 degrees. Okay, so 20 equals 2, which is balance, harmony, intimate one-on-one communication, partnership, working together, teamwork. Okay, so it takes two. It really takes two. But try not to react so much as respond. Okay? That's another key thing. Okay? This harmony and this balance, you have to maintain that too. I mean, not just in your relationship, but don't ever forget, and I always remind you, you're in a relationship with yourself. Okay? So this is balance for you as well, personally. Okay, it's in Cancer Capricorn, so once again we have that compassionate, nurturing, vulnerability, heightened emotional sensitivity theme, and then on top of that, there's the Capricorn energy brings integrity, ambition, and patience and perseverance. Okay, so we're possessed, we're determined. God fun it, give me the damn balance now. That's even though there's low energy, that's a recurring theme. I think I mentioned that in the beginning. Okay, so let's look a little bit further here and see what's going on. Still having issues with transformation, but happy about the opportunity to expand and grow. we know that we know what our destiny is, and we still have that one block, so it's not quite conducive to where we're heading. We're not quite done with the karmic lessons yet. Also with that compassionate intuitiveness, there's a lot of spirituality in that. Friday, July 13th, we have 13 equals 4, so what did I say? It was the spiritual alchemist. 4 is manifestation, grounding, and stability. Okay, and we also have code of 22 that day, which represents peace. Okay, so stability and peace. Doesn't that sound nice? True spiritual alchemy. Okay, so everything looks ordered. Discipline is good. I don't see any limitations, but we're having a hard time being vulnerable. It's really, it's probably new to a lot of people, having that vulnerability and exposing it. I think I said previously that this could come out as projection, but a lot of us are choosing to make the changes. We are stopping the self-sabotage. No more. I can't do that anymore because it's not conducive to my destined path. Okay? And that's where the peace comes in. Manifesting stability and being at peace with who we are and where we are and where we're going. Okay? You're looking forward to the future. I can see that here. But like I said, still having trouble incorporating into our new truths. Saturday, July 14th, we have codes of 5 and 5, okay? One of those is, 5 is confidence, success, and then it can be a surprise or a gift. So that day, Saturday, we can expect some kind of surprise or a gift. It's also void of moon, so take care of your daily responsibilities or get some rest. Okay, Saturday we have moon in Leo, okay, which is healthy self-esteem. We're feeling authoritative, playful, vibrant, creative, broad-minded, colorful, fun-loving, dignified, and we have an instinct for leadership, okay? How this is, shadow side, watch the ego, watch the self-indulgence, don't be too conceited, don't be overbearing, and don't bully anybody, okay? Those are the things that we have to watch for. And how the moon in Leo is going to affect the signs, fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, creativity and leadership abilities. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, dynamic, compelling personality. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you'll have stronger passion and money-making skills. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, you'll have an heightened emotional impact on others. Okay, so we are thinking and we are feeling, and it is feeling good. And I think, oh, I came to my last day. For some reason I was looking for more stuff to read, but yes, it's for July 8th to July 14th. So an incredible emotional week, an incredible financial week, and then we have Jupiter going direct, which is progress in the making, okay? And then we have the moon, where are we? Then we have the new moon in Cancer, all this teamwork and balance and security, emotional and financial, and holy cow, okay, so it's the mother lode this week. You're gonna be busy, so like I said, stay focused, stay determined. Don't forget to take a break, take care of yourself, rest when you need to, and make sure to try and ground yourself as much as you can. Do some meditation, walk barefoot, listen to some beautiful music. Try to, in the midst of your career focus and your gung-ho, remind yourself to take a break so that your health does not fail because of some of the lower energy days, okay? That's it. Love and light. See you guys next week.